Happy Friday. Okay, I've got kind of a combo video again here. It just happened this way. A lot of times I'll make my Friday videos on Wednesday so that my editor has time, but this week has been kind of a crazy week. I've got a lot of balls in the air and it's Thursday, so maybe that helped. But I've got my 7 days a week, 7 outfits behind me, and I've also got a Zara haul. Now, part of the 7 outfits are going to be part of the Zara haul too. So it's kind of like a combo, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it turned out. So I also did a get ready with me full tutorial that I'm hoping I'm going to post tonight, Thursday night. But if you haven't seen it and I didn't post it, something came up and I'll post it after this. But it was the makeup look that I did last week with the Morphe palette and my lip combo that's coming up soon. I know it feels like it's taken forever, but you would be amazed how long it takes, like for instance, to get someone to make you a logo. I've been through, I think, 3 people now, and I'm still working on it. And hopefully she's going to have it to me today. And then choosing everything is a lot. Nothing happens really, really quickly, and it can get frustrating. But another announcement is we haven't sealed the details yet, but in my tutorial, I mentioned that my favorite brush was the Louise Young really skinny crease brush. And I used to sell both of them on my website, but we ran out and I just didn't do it anymore. But I contacted her and I'm going to be selling those brushes on my site, and I might even collaborate with her. We're going to talk about it. Okay, so is that all of my announcements? I think so. Okay, in PR this week, I got this from Obagi, and this is their clinically proven to visibly improve skin's brightness in just 4 weeks for all skin types, Clara Bright. Okay, this is a little bit different. When I talk about Obagi, I'm old school Obagi. I have been on Obagi Newderm since before YouTube. So probably 17 or 18 years. And mine is part of the original. This is a new line, which is probably going to be a little bit milder, which is probably good for a lot of you. I have not tried this yet. I just got it, but it does have a lot of good ingredients in it. And I'm thinking I may try it just like on my neck and chest. I'm saying this as I'm getting ready to tell you about another product I just ordered, but I'm someone who really doesn't like to mess with my skincare. One, I'm not a big passionate skincare person who just loves trying new products. I'm someone who I have found that this is what I like. It works well for me, and that's what I'm going to do. I did go to the dermatologist this week, and I asked her about the redness in my skin. It's very visible on my tutorial I just did, which it always is probably 3 times as red after I wash my face and do my skincare. But she prescribed a lotion from a compound pharmacy. I talked to them yesterday and went ahead and paid for it and ordered it. And I asked the girl what was the name. And there isn't a name because they're compounding it. But it's supposed to take away redness, if I had to say temporarily. And typically I don't mind that my face is red because makeup covers it up. And I never want to be without makeup. I'm not someone who has ever just loved not wearing makeup. I've always enjoyed makeup. I enjoy putting it on. I enjoy how it looks, everything. But I was thinking it might be good for me to test out and be able to tell you girls about, and maybe I could go with a lighter coverage or something like that. She offered it and I wanted to test it out. So that will be coming soon. Okay, this is a favorite, and I've been showing these for years now, but I'm a sunglasses lover, connoisseur. I just feel like sunglasses are part of my outfit every day. And it's not like I just wear them, even if I don't like them that much. I will not wear them. So these I put on the other day just to go sit out back on my back patio. And I thought, these are some of my favorite cheap sunglasses. And I do mean cheap. And they are so grimy from wearing them just in and out, in and out. And sometimes I'll just grab them and wear them on the front porch if the sun's out and I'm going to sit and do some work and stuff. So I love the color of the blue, and they don't sit on my cheeks. Of course, they're light as a feather because they are, and you can hear it, they're plastic, but I have had these a long time. And of course, they've got probably like 20 colors, but it's this particular color combination that I really like. So I wanted to just remind you of that. What is the guy on Succession? He said, cheap and cheerful. That is a cheap and cheerful option. And I have some more to show you too. Okay, Laura Vitale, who I adore. I adore Laura Vitale. When I watch her, first of all, she makes me want to eat. And then I just, like when you watch her, you feel the authenticity and you feel the warmth within her. It is just something about it. And I love how Italian she is. I think she's just fabulous. Well, she texted me and said that she had just tried this product. It's the Pantene Keratin Miracles Leave-In Repair Treatment. So I set out, went to 2 different stores. To be fair, it was just CVS and Lowe's Foods. It was the ones that are right here one afternoon, and neither place had it. And I thought, what am I doing? I'm just going to order it from Amazon. So I did. And then I took it with me to my hair appointment last Sunday, which leads into the next products. I got to meet one of my subscribers. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about her, but her name is Kristen, and she is the one who I was getting the Saint, Seint, makeup from. And their lip tints were my favorite. And she lived in New York. Well, she ended up moving here to Wilmington with her whole family. She's got 2 little boys and a little baby girl. The whole family moved here. And so and she goes to Morgan. And so I got to meet her there, and we got our hair done together. And it was such a good visit. It was such a heartwarming visit because the hair salon is closed. So it was just us 3. And we had the best time. Kristen, I just loved hugging you, and we're going to do it. I told her every time she gets her hair done to let me know because I'm there like once a week. And so I took this with me, and we used it. Morgan used it on my hair for a blowout, and we were so impressed. My hair felt so hardy. That's the word that I used. It wasn't like it felt so soft. It felt so this or full of body or anything like that. I mean, it was full of body because Morgan did a classic blowout on me where she pins each piece, but it felt so thick and good. So I just left it there for her to use, and I ordered another bottle. Got it in, and I used it last time I did my hair, and I was putting it in, and I was blow drying, and I was like, it's just not going to be the same for me. I just, my hair was boofing out like crazy. And what I always do is take my shower and do my hair at night, and then I will style it the next day, unless I sleep in braids. So the next day I got up, and wow, I could tell just from sleeping with my hair up in a very the loosest bun you can get with one of those little spirally rubber bands. When I took it down, I could have gone without curling it because it had the prettiest like wave. Kind of like before people used curling irons and straighteners and wands, kind of like the Bridget Bardot days where having wavy, frizzy hair was more acceptable. That's what it looked like. But because I had a lot of stuff to do, I went ahead and curled it with my T3, that extended barrel. That thing is so good. It's so good. I will say I backed down on the heat to 4 instead of 5, and it did not hold the curl quite as good, but I'm just protecting my hair as much as possible. So the bottom line is I think it's worth trying. I got Morgan to even look at the ingredients and everything before I even ordered it to make sure it was okay to use with my tape-in extensions, and she said yes. So far, so good on that. And then Kristen was telling me about this line that she loves, and she likes products. She's not scared to spend money on things, and she loves this. So this is the L'Oreal Everpure sulfate-free glossing shampoo and glossing conditioner. Well, I think, why didn't I use that the other night? I think this came while I was in the shower, to be honest with you, because a lot of times I'll take a shower at like 3:30 so that I'll have time for my hair to dry a little bit before I have to blow dry it. And So yeah, I think that's what it was, but I'm going to try it probably tonight. But it says smooths hairs, fibers, instant glass shine. So we are going to see. And then she didn't mention this, but I just grabbed it to try for us. So that is on the horizon. This is just one little item that came to me from a Loft order that I placed, I think last weekend. I've ordered things from there before. And I was telling my friend Kelly from Mommy's Makeup and Moscato, I used to be a big Loft shopper. I always loved their dresses. There was something about their little A-line, little kick dresses, especially like when Brooke and I used to do our literal Friday haul when she was a baby. And that was when Chick-fil-A was only in the mall, and malls were fabulous. And it was just such a fun thing to do. And I used to love going in the Loft and picking up some good dresses. And so when they emailed me, I saw right on the email one of those old school, like gathered up the front, kind of like a tube top with the strings that go up like this and then tie around your neck. And I was like, oh my God, I love those. I've bought things like that here before. They look so good, like underneath a blazer or a jacket, because it gives that interest, and then they look good by themselves. So I ended up placing a pretty good order, and it shipped, but it's not going to be here until tomorrow, which is the way it goes. But they did ship this, which is a good old tube top, just a tube top. I love it. I remember, you guys know I have a crazy memory with clothes. I remember in elementary school, because it was on May Day, where we wrapped the ribbon around the May Day flag. My mom got me, it was right when she did, because when I was little, and it was probably like this with you too, because there wasn't the internet and there wasn't so much extra like there is today. But I would get clothes before school. Christmas, Easter, you would get the new pair of shoes, the new pair of patent leather shoes. My grandma would take me to May's shoe store, and we would pick out the shoes, and they had this big bunny seat that we sat in. And then in the spring, you would get summer clothes. Well, the outfit I wore was a light blue and white striped tube top. The only difference was it had a gathering right there and some little denim, more like a chambray looking pair of shorts. And I just thought I was something. She also got me these little red espadrilles with the cloth heel. And it was about like, the heel might have been like that much. And then it was the red with the red. And then they kind of came up the foot and tied. And I loved those too. Clothes have always brought me joy for sure. Okay, speaking of, I am a fan of tiki flip-flops. I'm also a fan of Havaianas. It just depends. If you want more of a dressy flip-flop, then the tikis are usually the best. I really love my gold ones. Matter of fact, Maria sent me a Chanel version of the gold ones yesterday, and she said, I'm holding these hostage for you. Do you want them? They look just like you. And I was like, I really thought about it, and you tempted me, but the tiki gold are just so pretty. And so I didn't get them. But look at this. These are a collaboration with Neely Lowton, which she is a designer. I know that there's a store in New York, and she's known for her denim. Really nice, expensive denim. I've ordered a few pair and never could find my right size. So I got the email for these, and I think there's a real pretty pair of black ones too. But when I saw these, I thought, wow, what a beautiful pair of leopard flip-flops. Very Dolce & Gabbana looking leopard. The way it's kind of muted like that with the black strap. And I got my typical size 8. They're true to size. So they came in a nice little dust bag and everything. So that was something I wanted to share with you. And then my mom, I ate lunch with her last week, and she had a special request that she was almost out of a blush that I had given her. And it's this Buxom Plump Shot. And this is different for her because she always wore like pinks and berries for blushes, but she's really enjoying this one, which is Coral Cheer. She's hit pan. So I ordered her a new one. These are kind of like a good, let's see, Collagen Peptides Advanced Plumping Blush. But what it is they're kind of like a cream, but not a creamy cream, not a sticky cream, more like a waxy type cream. So you can really put your brush in there and it's not so dangerous. If you overdo it, like you'll see, I overdid it in that tutorial with my bronzer and I just went back over it with my foundation sponge. That's what you would do. So I've got that for her. And then she pulled out an old school Chanel powder. She has always loved this. The Ultra Latent Ultra Wear All Day Long Comfort Compact Foundation Powder. Well, hers said, she sent me a picture. It was an old numbering system. Like I think it said something beige. Well, now I had to pick like the number and I think I picked too dark. This is B40, which BR is cool toned, B is neutral, BD is warm toned. So I got the neutral. I don't know. She might be able to wear this. I'm going to take it to her and give it to her. She's been wearing that, she said, all summer, and she really likes it. And she had it on that day in the car, and it looked great. So got that for her and just thought I would share with you guys. Okay, so now let's get on to right now while I'm thinking about it. Did you think I had gone cuckoo with the 2 different nail polishes last week? Actually, that used to be a thing, and I loved it. I loved it. I kept that on for a while. And I'll put a picture up here of an old Chanel picture that they had done an ad where they wore black and blue on each hand. But what I had done is I had ordered a OPI top coat that was mimicking the chrome. That was what was on top of Bubble Bath in that video. And then on the other hand, I had good old Lincoln Park After Dark, my favorite dark nail. And on that, instead of Seche Vite, I had the OPI plumping top coat. Neither one of them were ultra impressive. Like, I'm going to use that plumping top coat from OPI, but Seche Vite is better. And then the chrome top coat, it did do a little bit, but it wasn't like getting chrome, when they use the powder, but I thought I would try. So that's what all that was about. And okay, so let's do some fashion. So I'm going to readjust my camera, put on my microphone, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are, oh my God, they're dirty. These are the ones I just had on. These are the Tiki Boyfriend. So you'll see the strap is a little bit thicker, but I really like these. And so I put on my new ones so you could see. So today's outfit is part of my Zara haul. These bodysuits, how many years have I been wearing these? Probably Rosie Huntington Whiteley made these really popular, and I started wearing them in our old house. So I would say 5 years ago. Every year I order them because I just throw them in the washing machine and the dryer. I do pull them out and hang dry them sometimes if I think about it. And they will get a little bit nappy. And they're lined all the way down to here. And of course they snap. And so I ordered my favorite colors. And then I do get a medium. And then these jeans I ordered from Zara. I ordered all of their fancy jeans that I liked because they're so good and they're so worth it. Now, I have been loving the clear shoes. Let me go get them. I always do that. I just want to say it, but I got to show you. Hold on. Okay, these shoes are like butter or salt or bacon. These shoes make everything better. It's just, they're perfect. Man, I need to clean them up. I'm going to order a backup because I've already scuffed the toe. I have been wearing these. I've been wearing the heck out of these. But notice how, first of all, they're so comfortable and they're like nothing. Like anytime you have a pair of pants that's a little long, these are the perfect shoes. Because when I go to put on like something fancier, the jeans don't hang the same. And sometimes it's just too much. I just want something simple. So these shoes, you'll notice in the pictures, I think I'm wearing them with almost maybe every pair of jeans that I'm wearing heels with. And I love them. And they're true to size and they're not crazy expensive. Okay, this I wore a while ago. This is a pair of little pants from Susie Condi that I got on that sale. Her stuff is dreamy. I could wear stuff like this every day. When I got this, I actually bought it with a little t-shirt that was cropped, but it was too cropped for me. So I gave it to Brooke, and I didn't realize how low rise these were. So honestly, I could probably wear that t-shirt with something that's high rise, but it's okay. So what I did is I just paired it with my Pumi top that I love so much. Actually, hold on, there's something over there that I meant to show you. But this was just a cute little outfit. John and I went to breakfast that day, and I think I had like some Zoom meetings. So this color top is really pretty for if you work, you know, on Zoom or something, and just really, really comfortable. So that was the first outfit. And because I've learned my lesson, how things, Amazon's pretty good though. I don't think they're going to go out or quit selling these, but I immediately ordered a black one because I love that top so much. They are literally double ply the whole way. So they're just as nice as Spanx. Not Spanx, Skims. I think they're actually better than Skims. Okay, then another day, I saw this photo in my favorites on Pinterest, and I thought, tomorrow I'm going to wear something like that. So I wore these pants, which are some of my favorites. They're the ones from Abercrombie, size 27, and I just paired it with this little tank. And my favorite bra to wear with this is that really, really minimal Aritzia. I love it so much that I have ordered some more, but they haven't gotten here. I have the white one and the nude one. Soma makes some that are similar, but I still like the Aritzia one the best. And so I had intended on adding that fringy Zara jacket over it, but I didn't do it. I mean, let's face it, it's hot, but I wanted to do it at least for photos, and I just didn't get to it. I forgot. Okay, this is actually something new. I got it in white and black, but it's from Perfect Tea, that company, and it's just a nice, very substantial, probably time and a half heavier than most tank tops. Just perfectly cropped, not cropped like this, but like cropped right at your waistline, and thick enough to wear a bra underneath. I really like it. And I wore this with this pair of jeans from Zara with the really cool sides. These are fabulous. All the jeans are so good. I'm going to show you some that I haven't worn yet, but these with this, and then I added this. Yes, it's just like the blue one, similar to the yellow one. I love these so much. I mean, beautiful. Everywhere I go with this on, even in a drive-through, getting my Diet Coke, they will compliment this. It is just so pretty, and I have enjoyed these little jackets a lot. Like I've kept all of them. I love them. And they're just so good to have to throw on with something like this. So that was a really good outfit. Okay, do these jeans look familiar? Yes, I have ordered these and shown these before, and it was when I was having my meltdown about just having stuff everywhere, just clutter. I, just was freaked out. I think it was my last $2,500 Zara haul. And I just was having a moment that actually lasted a while. And I can't remember if I sold them or I sent them back, but I never forgot them. It's kind of like when we adopted Chanel and we had to give her back because she had ringworm, and they told us, it's pretty bad. We're going to have to quarantine her. Can you pick out another kitten? So we picked out Sassy, but we never forgot about Chanel. So we adopted her again, and we're so glad we did. I bought these again. They are amazing jeans. They are like high-end designer jeans. I wore these to get my hair done when I met Kristen. The next day, she was buying these jeans. They're fabulous. And I paired it with just the good old pink halter bodysuit. Perfection. And I believe I wore these shoes. Okay, going right along with all of the fancy designer-inspired denim. These are definitely more of a balloon style, but see how they subtly have the bow design? Very nice. I think I got 27 in all of these. That's my typical size. It's 27 USA 4. And then I saw this little top. I was actually looking for some tops like this to wear like under things, or just long sleeve tops to wear in the summer if I wanted to, different things like this. And I ended up finding this on a weird website. It's like Etiqueted or something, Etiqueted. And then they also sell this brand at PacSun. So I love it though, because see how it's got the little ruffles on it. My friend Mina Irfan, she wears tops like this a lot. And matter of fact, I didn't bring it out here, but I asked her what kind of bra, and she said the Lily Silk. Well, I had a Nawai that's more of just that, you know, what am I trying to say? Just like a over the head, kind of like, still has spaghetti straps, but it's a real modest bra, and that's what I wore under it. Oh, I wore this in the tutorial that day. Okay, now these you have seen before. These are the Paige jeans that I shared with you. Let's see, it was the boho, the 1970s luxe bohemian video. These are the Paige jeans. And then this beautiful, beautiful top from Zara. Isn't it? I mean, that color pink makes me so happy. And what I did is I just wore the Comfeely pink bra underneath it, and it was perfect. So yeah, love this. I didn't want, this was so much going on that I wanted a plain pair of jeans. So that's why I did that. Okay, this could be one of my favorite outfits in a while. This is very nostalgic for me. I actually did a live yesterday wearing this, and I told them about it. I was doing a module for my feminine energy course, which I'll tell you about at the end of this video. But I've had this little dress from J. Crew for a couple of months. Probably, I would say, it's time before last I went to New York, I had it. And it wasn't even warm enough to wear it yet, I don't think. But they sent it to me, so I thank them very much. And it kept hanging there, and I knew that I liked it, but I was waiting to be inspired to wear it. And I looked at it yesterday, and I thought, that dress with my Gucci Adidas collaboration boots, and something made me think about these beads that I have had since I was a child. I don't even know where I got them. If I had to say, my grandmother might have given them to me, but I remember wearing these in the summer after 9th grade. I had a whole outfit. It was like a natural pair of capri pants. They were straight, and they had like a natural kind of ribbon type thing there, a natural sleeveless top, and I would wear a rope, literally a little piece of rope belt with these beads and my Huarache sandals, just a natural pair of Huaraches. And I still have them. I still have a lot of beads from my whole life. And that was a really cool outfit. And then I put the Chloe brown bag with it, which looked amazing. I could also have done I could have done several bags that had brown in it, but that one I had right here, and I've been loving, I wanted to use. So that was that outfit. So now is going to be the rest of the Zara haul. So I have not worn these yet, but I will be wearing them in the next few days. And because I'm on a time crunch here with editing it, maybe I'll wear something tomorrow. But just look forward to these. These I bought similar to the other one, but these I think are going to be more like underneath other things, but I just liked them. So they're kind of like that more sheer, like this look. But these things look good under a cardigan. They look good under a moto jacket, a blazer. Sometimes you just need an interesting base layer. Another pair of jeans. I would say these are my least favorite out of all of the jeans that I got, but they're still cool. They're like almost like a toile, almost. The only reason I don't like them is they look kind of dingy. But I'm going to give them a chance, and they are balloon jeans. They're called the floral coated balloon jean. But I'm going to experiment with them and see how they look. And then this top. Okay, if you're going to get one of these sheerish tops, this one is just really nice and pretty. But it's definitely going to take, I had a spaghetti strap little cami top, and I gave it to Brooke. but I need to order it again to wear underneath stuff like this. I wasn't wearing it, but that's what you need to wear under this, is like something that you don't mind if it shows a little bit. But I just thought that was so pretty and so sweet with that the light pink and it's kind of like florally. See, it's a big flower. It's kind of like doodle flowers. Did you ever make doodle flowers when we used to talk on the phone a lot and you would sit there and make flowers? I always loved my mom's doodles when she was on the phone when I was little. Her handwriting was so pretty, and she would do those circle doodle flowers with the long stem. And so then I started doing them. And then here's another one of those sheer tops. You can see when I get on a wavelength, this is definitely going to be an underneath piece. This one, I've had this on my radar for a long time. And I will say, not only did Zara refund me for that shipment that I paid extra, and I had to wait forever to get it, and I did not complain. They just did it on their own. This order, I paid the extra, and I swear I think I got it the next day. I think I did, which I do a lot of shopping like at 5:30 a.m. or 7:30 or whatever, but I got this really quick. And you know what? I even filmed a little unboxing that I'll put in here because it was the afternoon. I had already put my pajamas on, but I was so excited to get it. So I'll put that in here too. But, oh, and another thing I was going to say is I feel like they're keeping their stock a little bit longer because I had this on my radar like over a month ago and it was still there, but very designer inspired. It really reminds me of a Legence sweater cardigan, which I may like it even more because the Legence, I was a little disappointed that it didn't have a closing, that it always stayed open. This one does have the closing. It's actually a really nice. See how it's got the ribbon in there? It's one of those. So that's special. I like that a lot. Okay, this was Brooke's favorite piece. This is going along with the boho glam. This is actually one of their higher end pieces from the collection, 2025 collection, and it's a dress. And I think it would look amazing with boots. Very Sienna Miller looking, but I haven't worn it yet. But I'm going to. And then I know a lot of you asked me about the Kate Moss collection that she just did with Zara. And I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and nothing. Like I thought about just getting some stuff just to show you, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to get stuff I like. And I just didn't like anything that much. I think if I were, notice her daughter was doing a lot of the modeling. I think if I were much, much younger, like, in my 20s, maybe some of that stuff I would have liked, but it wasn't anything that called me. Okay, this is a nice little top, sheer, but like a sweater kind of. And I just thought it would look good with, I would do not a fancy pair of jeans. I would do a regular pair of jeans and a pair of sandals. Very snugly feeling, but still it's got a little bit of the boho chic vibe to it. Okay, it's 49 polyamide, 46 acrylic, 5% wool. Wow. But just really nice feeling, but yet still really thin. Okay, now the must-have. I would say the must-have top like this is the black one. I do get the medium. I've gotten the small ones, but they're too small because I have a long torso. I know you guys get sick of hearing that, but I do. So, and then this is the more just, like the same type bodysuit, same material, but in more of that high neck cap sleeve. This comes in handy. These come in handy even in the wintertime. And then this little dress, very 90s, another one of my favorite decades. This is a sculpt fabric, and it's just a good old simple 90s Gwyneth Paltrow, supermodel, all that stuff dress. Good for events and things like that. So, okay, I made this announcement in my tutorial, but I have changed things just a little bit. I was planning on doing like an introductory course to feminine energy, which is, I think, just going to be my biggest course. And I was going to do separate ones. I'm not. I'm going to make it a big, all-encompassing, all about feminine energy, what it isn't, why would you care, what does it matter? It's not all about men. It's about you. It's about you and your happiness and your confidence. And so I have already done several modules to that, and I'm going to be adding to it. So I'm going to do it like I did with my carnivore course, where it starts out at one price and then I take it up. But when you buy it, you're locked in for the whole thing. So I'm going to put that down below. And then I'm getting ready to go to New York in a couple of weeks. And that is when I'm doing the Find Your Magic course, where it's all about inner personal development. And it's going to be all about being able to depend on yourself, confidence, being able to reinvent yourself, being able to pivot like I have had to do many times. And I really actually enjoy pivoting my career and my goals, and even different things like having to pivot and renegotiate in your marriage, adjusting to your children moving out of the house. It's going to be one of those kind of like all-encompassing personal development courses where I give cringy experiences that I've had but have led me to a really good place in my life, and good steps, not just platitudes, feel good stuff, but true steps that I took to be able to travel alone, be able to have a good relationship with my parents, my brother, my adult children, my husband, be able to be on YouTube for over 16 years. All of these things I'm going to share with you. So that will be below too. And so that's what I've had going on too. Plus I'm in like some other classes and stuff too. So look for those down below. And I'm also going to do kind of like an intro deep feminine energy video coming up soon. And that way you'll get a little taste of what it's about and whether you want to take it or not. But it's very interesting. It's, like I said, it's much more than having to do with men. It's not about the 1950s housewife. It is about true inner knowing. It's about true inner confidence and being able to really get to know yourself on a different level. So really excited about it. I feel like, I've been talking about this for a long time, years, and it's a big part of who I am. So looking forward to seeing you all there, and I will see you very soon, and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.